Well, good day to you and welcome. Welcome to another edition of our Listen to the Missus podcast, originating at WSGW Radio in Saginaw, Michigan. I'm Art Lewis.
I'm Ann Williams.
And we've got all kinds of little news tidbits for you, food-related stuff, a recipe here and there, and things you need to know about food, all coming up in this segment. The first one is not necessarily a good one, particularly for Michigan, where we happen to be, but a Michigan apple supplier, a Michigan produce supplier, I should say, and this is a story from CBS, is recalling a half a dozen apple varieties distributed in 8 states due to concerns the fruit might be contaminated with listeria. And the recall involves nearly 2,300 cases and 2 bulk bins of fresh apples. This is according to North Bay Produce of Traverse City. The recalled apples were shipped between October 16th and 21st to distributors and retailers in Florida, Illinois, Kentucky, Louisiana, here in Michigan, North Carolina, Texas, and Wisconsin. That was from a statement posted Monday by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Quite a few different varieties, too, as I recall.
There were, yeah. The varieties of apples include Macintosh, Honeycrisp, Jonathan, Fuji, Nonamak, which I'm not familiar with, and Red Delicious, all sold in plastic bags under the brands Great Lakes and North Bay Produce Pure Michigan. Recall also involves apples sold unbranded in clear plastic tote bags, white paper tote bags, and individually from retailers' display trays. So there is a bunch, and consumers are urged not to eat the recalled apples, advise them to throw them away or return them to the place of purchase. And there is a whole big list of the various things that you can find online if you go to Michigan Apple Recall. All right, so there you go. Be careful of your apples. Yeah, not good.
Well, we've talked before on the podcast about the Popeyes chicken sandwich a few episodes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think, what was it, July or August it came out.
And they ran
people
out,
just
right?
went crazy all over the country to get it. And so they ran out. But it's coming back. It's supposed to be coming back this weekend, Sunday, November 3rd. And
Plenty to supply this time?
I guess. I mean, you know.
If you're a retailer, you don't walk away from that kind of profit.
Yeah, it was kind of speculated that they did that on purpose, to just kind of create demand and,
Could be. Great marketing. Huh?
Yeah. So it says that originally it had been launched as a permanent item, not a limited time offering, but the response was unprecedented. So not sure if they're going to keep it, but it's coming back Sunday.
Well, maybe they learned
3rd.
about supply chain.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes this time. I did try one myself, and it was very good. I don't know if it's worth all the craziness, but it was really, really good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good fried chicken.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. We have something for you here that's the first time ever. An American cheese won the World Cheese Awards for the first time ever. Now, let me explain when I say an American cheese. I don't mean those
Not the processed
little
stuff.
processed slices. No. It's an American artisan making cheese, and she was the winner of the 32nd annual competition. It is the first time ever that an American cheese has taken the top prize at the World Cheese Awards, called the Oscar of Cheeses. They were announced in Bergamo, Italy. More than 3,800 cheeses from 42 countries on 6 continents were entered. And after 3 rounds of judging, the Rogue River Blue from Rogue Creamery in Central Point, Oregon, was named the World Champion Cheese. It narrowly edged out the 24-month-aged Nazionale del Parmigiano Reggiano Latteria Sociale Santo Stefano, say that 3 times fast, produced by an Italian cheesemaker. 3rd place was Spain with a Torta del Casa DOP Virgen del Prado, a raw sheep milk cheese. Top prize was almost too close to call, according to some of the judges. John Ferrin, the managing director of the Guild of Fine Food, which organizes the World Cheese Awards, said, quote, Rogue Creamery has been at the forefront of the U.S. artisan cheese revolution for some time, so it seems very fitting for them to be the first American winners of our World Champion Cheese Trophy.
Okay, well,
However-
good for them.
However, not everyone was so thrilled by the news. According to Sky News, France isn't taking the results very well.
Really?
One widely read newspaper in the country called it sacrilege that only one French cheese placed in the top 16. That cheese tied for 8th. And they said, quote, and this is from Ferrin, the managing director of it, we try to celebrate cheeses from around the world, especially those made by smaller artisan cheesemakers. Good cheese is made around the world, not just by the French. I know lots of French people work in cheese who know their fine cheeses are made in many different countries. So take that, France. Congratulations to Rogue River Blue. It's a blue cheese, creamy blue cheese. And apparently one Brazilian judge described it as a taste party. So there you go. Congratulations, Rogue River.
Yeah. Congratulations to them. Well, it's that time of year when we start seeing, lots of new products popping up for the different holidays. There were lots of new Halloween things, and there's lots of new Christmas things. One thing that is going to be a limited time product for the holidays is a new Twinkie. It's a mint chocolate Twinkie.
Really?
Do you know the company? Because
Is it chocolate cake with a mint
Twinkie.
filling?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Oh.
Comes 10 in a box, individually wrapped. Walmart has them already, apparently.
You started to say about the company.
The Hostess went out of business a few years ago, but then somebody else bought them, so they're back.
Yep.
But this new company, they've kept all the original recipes, but they're doing more creative things with the flavors, it seems like. They're adding new combinations of flavors and things that they haven't had
That's
before.
marketing.
And this is one. So
Well, this one sounds right up my alley.
yeah, I know
love
you
chocolate.
I know you like chocolate and mint.
Ooh, yeah.
I thought that would resonate with you.
So you said Walmart.
Walmart.
I'd be making
I
a
think
stop on the way home.
Yeah, that's one place that you can get them, and apparently other places too. So there's that.
Mint. Chocolate mint
chocolate Twinkies.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, chocolate cake with mint filling.
When you fly, and if you fly in a class where they still serve meals, I should say, do you ever wonder how they get to you?
Yeah.
Well, there are more than 44,000 flights every day around the world, and most of the people on board are hungry. On shorter flights, of course, you get snack packs. You don't get any big meals. But there are lots of flights where they do provide meals. One of the companies that does it is a company called Gate Gourmet. They are a major player. They feed about 750 million passengers a year in about 60 countries. One of their locations is Dulles International Airport in Washington. The company is responsible for getting 18,000 meals onto 275 flights. And in a busy season, this number perks up to 25,000 meals. So what happens is, first of all, they're open 24 hours a day. They prepare the meals, they cook the meals. After the meal is cooked, it's flash frozen and then sent to the airplane. It has to be on board the airplane, theoretically, an hour before flight time. Now, we all know flights coming and going late and what have you. That's not always the case. But they're supposed to be on the plane an hour before, and each in-flight meal really has to be timed perfectly in a 24-hour window to match the flight. For example, some things can be sent fresh, like pineapple, year-round. It's delivered just in time. Food has to be cooked, blast, chilled, temperature brought down for safety reasons, obviously, and employees must have your meal ready 4 hours before a flight departs and delivered onto the plane no later than 1 hour before boarding starts. That's a real trick. And then, of course, on the planes they have reheating. They have all kinds of things to reheat your meals. And depending on what airline you fly and what class you fly, there's a wide variety of difference in meals.
I haven't been on a flight with a meal, and I don't know when.
Well, the
Years,
last time
'cause
I
haven't
was,
flown that far, I guess.
when I went to Switzerland a month ago, I had the privilege, the pure pleasure of flying Delta One, which is their business class, and they have celebrity chef prepared meals in Delta One going overseas. And on the way over, I had crab cakes that were some of the best crab cakes I've ever had in my life.
Really?
And on the way back, I had a braised filet, which was good.
Well, that does sound like a privilege.
Yeah, and before that they brought out squash soup, some greens, some bread, some cheeses and crackers, and it was. I went, wow, what have I been missing? Flying in the back all the time. So it was pretty good to say the least. It was very good to say the least.
Sounds like it.
So anyway, there's a lot of people working in that industry to get you your food on your plane in time.
Sounds like quite an operation.
You bet.
Well, since we're talking about travel, how about a cruise featuring chocolate, a chocolate-themed cruise?
Oh, that works for me.
Yeah, it's going to be going to Italy next year in 2020, April 16th, 2020 to be exact. It's they're going to Italy's Euro Chocolat, which is billed as the world's largest international chocolate festival.
Oh.
The festival's teaming up with Costa Cruises for this 8-day trip, and they will go to several different ports, Genoa, Barcelona, Palma de Mallorca, Malta, and Catania. And there will be gifts for passengers, gifts and chocolate-themed gadgets. There will be master classes with chocolate artisans, workshops run by expert chocolatiers, tastings featuring the finest types of chocolate combined with wine, grappas, and spirits, exclusive and engaging cooking shows, and then each port that you go to will have a chocolate-centric excursion involved. Including a stop at Barcelona's Chocolate Museum.
I don't think they'll have any trouble selling that
And
trip.
choco cocktails and all cocoa menu on board. So that's up my alley.
Yeah, that'd be right up my alley,
Yeah.
too. One more little tidbit, if you will, that I have here. There's a 108-year-old woman who has offered up her secret to a long life. Take a guess what her secret to a long life is.
Does she drink alcohol or something every
Okay,
day?
you're on the right
I had a
path.
feeling it would be unconventional.
You're on the right path.
It wouldn't be what you expect. That she has a shot of whiskey every day?
No, but I'll tell you.
What?
Her secret, drinking champagne, and to tie in with what you just talked about, eating chocolate.
Oh, really?
Champagne and chocolate. And she's just turned 108. She ended up receiving 670 birthday cards and making major headlines in the process. Everybody wanted to know, what are you doing to live so long?
I would imagine those things, are in moderation, though. I'm sure she doesn't binge on them. And,
No.
yeah, and she's getting the good parts. She's getting the benefits, probably, because we've heard that sometimes certain spirits and chocolate, if it's, really high-quality chocolate, is good for you.
The resident manager of this place where she is, Buppa UK Southlands resident manager, Helene Ballinger, spoke for Dorothy and gave some insight into her daily routine. This is according to Yahoo Style. She loves people, hangs out by the reception desk often, and there she even has her own drawer of chocolate buttons because she loves them so much. And then the glass
At
of
that
champagne.
age, you kind of have to do what you want, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Enjoy life.
Tell somebody, it's not good for them at 108.
I know.
Yeah. All right. So that's the
I have
notes.
one more thing,
Sure.
and a recipe that kind of will dovetail
Yeah.
from it.
Okay.
One more product to talk about for the holidays. I think this would be a great gift. It would be a cute gift, especially for somebody who loves Oreos. But there's an Oreo dunking kit available, and apparently they had it last year, but it went viral and it sold out. You can buy it at Walmart.com. I'm not sure if they have them in the stores. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, though. But it is the dunking kit, and what it is, you get sleeves of Oreos, 13 to be exact, And then you get 2 mugs. And the mugs have a plastic Oreo stacker on the side. So you can stack your cookies right on the mug, right?
Oh.
And then it has 2 pairs of red tongs for dunking. So you can dunk with the tongs so you don't get your hands messy or wet or gooey or
Yeah,
anything.
taking all the fun out of it.
So, but yeah, this only sells for less than $20. It's like $18
No kidding.
on
That's kinda
Walmart.com.
neat.
It's kind of cute. People
Yeah.
who really like Oreos would like that. For
Absolutely.
Christmas, I'm sure. So to follow that, we like to give a recipe from our files. And how about the Oreo cookie dessert?
Oh,
or
yes.
dessert
Oh,
dessert?
yes.
There are many ways to do this, but I'm just going to, this is the basic one. You take a package of Oreo cookies, a pound package, 8 ounces of cream cheese softened, a half cup of margarine melted, and of course butter would work too, a large container of whipped topping, a large package of instant chocolate pudding mix, and a half cup of powdered sugar. So what you want to do is crush those cookies and mix them together with the melted margarine or butter. Those get pressed into a 9 by 13 inch pan, and you want to keep a few out for garnish at the end. Then you mix together the softened cream cheese and the powdered sugar. Fold in half of that whipped topping, and this mixture gets spread over the cookie layer. And then you make the pudding according to package directions, put that on top of the cream cheese layer, and sprinkle the top with the reserved crumbs. Now, there are other ways to put this together. We used to give a recipe where they called it dirt dessert, and you put it into, some clean flower pots and garnish it with gummy worms or flowers or whatever, and you have kind of a cute little thing there.
Absolutely. And
Different
it's
ways to do
very
it,
good,
but
too.
tasty.
Ooh,
Very tasty.
Very tasty indeed. Mm-mm-mm. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Listen to the Missus podcast. Don't forget you can contact us.
Yeah. Reach us on our Facebook page. We have a Listen to the Missus Facebook page. You can find a page also on the WSUW website, WSUW.com. Email for me is Ann at WSUW.com.
And for me, Art Lewis at WSGW.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again.